Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you can tell by the title of this video, today we are going to be doing a 2-year loc update. So if you are interested in hearing about my locks and how they are doing within the past year, then definitely stick around with me. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I say the past year because last year I did a 1-year loc update once I hit my 1-year loc anniversary. And if you haven't seen it, then I will link it for you right here. You can check it out. But today I'm going to be doing my 2-year loc, update. Today I'm only going to be focusing on the things that have changed between last year of August 2022 and this year. Now, it's not quite August yet. It is currently June 28th as I'm filming this video, but I figure I am very, very close to August, and I'm pretty sure that not much is going to really change drastically with my locks between June 28th and August 1st. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way now so that it can, you know, be ready for whenever. That's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on this last year with my locks. Also, by the way, you're definitely going to hear a lot of noise in the background. I'm at home with my family. They are here. We are living. Life is lifing. So anyway, you're going to hear them in the background. I apologize if it's a distraction, but just, you know, try to stay right here with me. Okay? So let's just get right into how my locks have been performing. I believe where we left off a year ago, I stated that I was going to pretty much slow down on not only loc content, but also loc updates because I felt as though the content gets pretty redundant, which I have doubled down on. I really do believe that because my goal is not to be, you know, like a loc guru or a loc goddess, or, you know, I'm not here to show you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. However, I am just sharing my journey, and if I'm being quite honest, I am glad that I'm sharing my journey because I really think that from where I started to where I'm at now, like I really, really do believe that my locks have just flourished. And what's more than just the fact that they have flourished is the fact that they have flourished with minimal effort. So I'm like living proof that it can be done. I am living proof that, you know, all of the, you know, loc bylaws that are provided to us by the loc gods and goddesses, you don't necessarily have to follow those, you know, to a T. And the reason why I mention that is because there's a lot of, and I said all of this before, but you know, it just is what it is. There's a lot of people in the loc space that do a lot of, you know, what you must know and da 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 da. And I don't desire to be that person. However, I really feel like it's relevant to share my side of my journey because it's important to mention I don't know how to do hair. I did not know what I was doing before I started my locks. I did very minimal research. I shared all of that in my video where I talked about the fact that I decided to start my loc journey, linked for you right up here if you haven't seen it. But anyway, I had no idea what I was doing. I did very minimal research before I made the decision. I did my 2-strand twist by myself, and I maintain and sustain my hair all on my own. I've never been to a loctician. I've never gone to a loctician to get a retwist. I don't use any gel or any, you know, specific loc products in my hair. I only use water, Jamaican black castor oil, and a shea butter mixture that I make myself. So there's just like a lot of things that I would say that I do a little bit differently than people on their journeys tell people to do them. And if that works for you and if that works for them, then that's perfectly fine. I'm just here to share the side of the journey where it's like, girl, you ain't got to know what you're doing for real and you can still join the journey. Like, you don't have to know what you're doing for real and you can still, you know, start your locks and end up with really, really good results. And I mean, granted, it depends on your hair and, you know, you specifically. And, you know, this is not just like a generalized statement. I understand that everybody is different and everybody's hair is different and everybody's hair journey is different, but I'm just speaking from my experience. And if this hits home with you, then, you know, we're here. So anyway, all of that aside, let's just get right into kind of how my hair has been progressing over the last year. So you may or may not know, but within the last year, I actually had a pregnancy. So I got pregnant in April of 2022. So by the time I already reached my year, I had already been pregnant for a couple of months, and I didn't have my baby until January of 2023. So in those 9 months that I was pregnant, I would say that my hair completely like flourished. My hair does grow at a pretty rapid rate. My husband, I said this in a previous video, I said this in my retwist video, but my husband, he says things like, I don't understand why you're so excited over your hair growth. Like, this is how your hair grows. And he's not wrong. It's not that I've always had long hair. It's that my hair always grows quickly. Not when I was, you know, getting perms and, you know, doing tracks and all that different type of stuff. But when I went natural, when I was a loose natural, and then now with my locks, my hair really has an opportunity to grow and really grow rapidly. So my hair does grow, but I will say that I think that during the pregnancy, the growth kind of picked up a bit. So yeah, so that's one thing. During the pregnancy, I did experience a lot of growth. Now, normally with my locks, I don't do a lot maintenance wise anyway. If you are a part of my journey, you already know this. If you're new, then I will definitely share this with you. I don't do lock maintenance. I don't go to sleep with a bonnet on because I can't. Only time I put on a scarf or a bonnet is if I do a fresh retwist, and then that only lasts for about a week to 2 weeks. The reason being that I get really bad tension headaches. So I don't like to put scarves or bonnets on my head. I am looking for an alternative though for me and my kids, because my oldest son, he has locks, and my middle child, he doesn't have locks, but even still when I do our hair, it gets messed up too quickly just because of the way that we're sleeping, specifically with them, the way that they're sleeping. Like I said, I can put a scarf or a bonnet on for about a good 1 to 2 weeks, and then I've just had enough of it, which is fine because I don't mind my hair in a messy state. So like right now, this is what my hair looks like, and I'll get closer and I'll show you guys at the end of the video. But the last time I retwisted my hair, I'll get the exact date for you. Okay, so today is June 28th. My last retwist was May 7th. So honestly, it's not going too bad upholding wise since the last time that I retwisted, but I honestly don't even mind. I think, like I said, I probably kept my scarf and my bonnet on for, I would say more so about 2 weeks before I decided to stop sleeping with it because it hurts too much. So anyway, yeah, so like, I really don't do maintenance. I don't spray my hair in between retwists, not often at all. If I do, it's like a one-off type of situation. The reason why I don't is because when I spray my hair, I experience a lot more like webbing within my hair, some tangles, and that's just really uncomfortable to maneuver through. So I'm totally fine with how my hair is naturally on its own without being sprayed. I do not spray daily. That's just not a thing. And when you're actually this far into your lock journey, I don't really know whether or not people are consistently spraying. I just know that in the starter lock journey aspect of things, they were like, spray your hair daily. And I haven't done it from then, and I don't do it now. So like I said, no bonnet, no spraying, no product. Okay, so anyway, so with all of that being said, when I got pregnant, if you thought I wasn't doing maintenance before, I truly wasn't doing maintenance once I was pregnant. I mean, my hair pretty much stayed up in a bun. And if I will say one thing, that's the one thing that I wish that I didn't do, is keep it in a bun, because it did put a lot of tension on my edges here. Which wasn't an issue while I was pregnant, but obviously postpartum shedding, you know, is a thing. I wasn't aware that I had experienced it until recently. I filmed my video doing my my retwist, and when I was looking at my crown area here, and I'll show you guys a little bit later, but when I was looking at my crown area here, I was like, that's a little bit, that's kind of far back. And I noticed in that video, and then I noticed afterwards when I was checking out the perimeter of my hair, that I did endure a little bit of postpartum shedding where I lost some hair around like my temple areas, which is completely fine. I don't think that I can say that I've experienced postpartum shedding in any of my previous postpartum periods with either one of my other children. So this was new, and I don't know if it is connected to Locs specifically, if it's connected to, again, the tension that I put on my hair by always kind of having it up in a bun or pulled up in a half up, half down situation. I don't really know. I mean, saying it out loud, it sounds like that's pretty logical, right? But you know, who knows? But yeah, so like I said, I didn't really do anything maintenance wise. I did probably about 2 washes and 2 retwists within the last, well, okay, well, if I'm saying within the last year, so from August to August, this last one that I did count, so that would be 1, that would be 2, that is 3. Oh, 4. Okay, because when I found out I was pregnant, I did a retwist. So in the past year, I've done 4 washes and 4 retwists. 2 of those washes and retwists, I did my hair in a style. I did 2 strand twist. I kept the 2 strand twist in for probably about 2 months each time. And then after I took the twist out, I left my hair in. Wow, it's loud. I left my hair in for a couple of months after that. But either way, I enjoy doing the 2 strand twist style on my hair after I do a retwist, but I will say it definitely makes the process a lot longer. When I was pregnant, I did a 2 strand twist retwist, and it took me 4 hours, you guys. And I don't know if it's because I was so big and I was so tired and moving my hands around my head. I don't know what it was, but it took me 4 hours. And I was like, there ain't no way this should have took me anybody's type of 4 hours. Like, there's no reason why this took me 4 hours. There's no way. But it absolutely did. But this last time that I retwisted my hair on May 7th, that was maybe about an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops, because I was filming. But it went super quick, and this is like the first time within the year, I would say. Yeah, cause no. Found out I was pregnant. Well, that doesn't matter because I'm going from August to August. So from August, I didn't do my hair. August, I didn't do my hair. September. Did my hair October. Oh, I did my hair September and now October. Okay, so I lied. In the past year, from August to now, I've only done 3 retwists. And 2 of those retwists were 2 strand retwists, and then the last one was the one that I just did on May 7th, which I did the video of. And that only took me about an hour to an hour and a half. So yeah, the retwist I did before that was in April. So I hadn't done my hair between like April and September, I believe. April, May, June, September. What? April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, because it was 5 months. So yeah, I hadn't done my hair from April to September, and then from September to December, and then from December to May. So that's how that went. But anyway, so yeah, only 3 retwists in the past year alone. Which honestly, when you think about it, that could be what attributes to a lot of the hair growth as well. I'm not washing often. I do not wash my hair in between retwists. I definitely do not do that. For the same reasons that I don't spray my hair, it's because I do not want unnecessary webbing. It's already difficult enough to get through the hair just to do a regular retwist on its own. I do not need the extra, you know, pulling and yanking because of all of the webbing, because of the water. I think it's because of my hair texture and my hair consistency, that it tends to web easily, especially when water hits it. So that's why I don't do that. As time goes on, that color that I started my hair with just comes out more and more. You can see it more and more at the tips. Probably a lot to do with the sunlight and all that stuff, but I really love that aspect of it. Another thing that I really love about my locks, especially now as I'm further in my journey, now that I'm 2 years into my journey, one thing that I really love about my locks is its versatility. When I started my 2 strand twist to start my lock journey, I was very intentional about making sure that I had enough locks up front to have all of these different rows so that I can part on any which side that I want to. So I can do a middle part if I want, I can do a part over here and put my hair over here if I want, and I can do a part over here and put my hair over here if I want. And I just love that flexibility because that means that there's really not too many styles that I can't do. And I don't really have a desire to do anything else. Like as far as like, you know, like putting on a wig or like anything like that, like that's not me. I'm not going to do that. But I have been telling my husband that I'm contemplating, and I don't know, don't hold me to it because I may or may not do it, but I've been contemplating putting some individual braids over my locks and seeing how that goes. But I don't know if I'm actually going to do it because I don't know if I really want to manipulate my locks that much. I've seen people in the loc community do it before, and I just don't like how, you know, crinkled up and shriveled up the hair be looking. I'd be like, I don't know, I just don't want my locks to look like that. I'm sure that they can make a comeback, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like if I do it, I will end up doing some irreversible damage, which is why I'm probably really not going to do it, but it's something I've been thinking about. But the things that I am going to do are like doing the curling. Okay, so like what I'll say is like, I'm getting more into the styling of my locks now that I'm further into my journey. And so like right now I have like these two little braids acting as like a little, you know, little swoop situation, little faux headband type situation, and I really love that. So I'm getting more into the styling of my locks, so soon there'll be a lot more of like the curling thing. Like I'm probably gonna do like pipe cleaner curls, individual braids. I might do some cornrows or French braids, I don't know what you call them things. I've done the 2-strand twist. I'm kind of over it. I mean, I like it, but I'm kind of over it. I want to, you know, do some other things. So anyway, all of that is to come. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But I hope I'm not out of focus. Okay, anyway, there really isn't much else to report on. Oh, okay, I guess one more thing. The lock that is around my bald spot. Obviously I still have my bald spot. That's not going anywhere. The hair around it, what I ended up doing at some point, I don't remember when. I probably shared it in a previous video, but I don't know, so I'm sorry. But anyway, what I did was I had the hair connected and it ended up pulling, and it had so much tension on it. So what I did was I cut one side of it and freed it. So then the hair was only on one side of the bald spot. The lock, I mean, was only on one side of the bald spot. So I took the hair and I just wrapped it around, and I just locked my hair that way. And I had said previously that I was planning on doing like the crocheting thing at the base of that lock, but I decided that I'm not going to do that because I don't want that heavy tension surrounding that bald spot, because my fear is that if I have so much tension right there at that bald spot, then eventually it's going to thin out and my lock is going to fall out, and I don't want to experience that. So I'm like, I don't mind loose hair. Like, I'm totally okay with that. So I keep this pretty loose, and then when I do a retwist, I get it tight and then it loosens up, and it's really not a big deal. Like, you can't really, you know, see it. It doesn't bother me. I've had my bald spot my whole entire life. You know, I used to, back in childhood, in my adolescence and, you know, teen years, when kids would make fun of you for no reason, I used to be insecure about it. But at this stage, I'm too grown and I don't care. Like, it just is what it is. So I don't get embarrassed by it. You know, it just is what it is. So I'm not going to do any like special measures to try and cover it up because I just don't want to. But anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have to report on as far as my locks go. Be on the lookout for my 2-year visual loc journey. That's going to have all the pictures and the videos from the last year for you guys to see. And maybe in that you'll be able to see why I'm so like flabbergasted by the amount of growth that I've experienced, because I really think that it's a drastic difference from where I left off to where I am now, which is crazy, and I love to see that. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching my 1-year visual loc journey. I really appreciate, you know, all of the support that video is getting, and all the people who are choosing to join my journey as a result of that. That really is my true process. There's no glitz and glam. You know, we're not going from 0 to 100. I'm not showing you where I started and showing you where I ended up at. Like, you're seeing the, you know, the day-to-day process. In which case, I watched that video back, and what I realized is in a lot of my updates, I've said that I don't think I had an ugly stage with my locks. I was wrong. Yes, there was definitely an ugly stage. I see it now that I'm looking back in the pictures, and it just makes me even more grateful for where I am now with my locks. So anyway, I can go on, but I'm gonna stop rambling here, and I'm gonna show you guys a close-up of my hair. This is where I'm experiencing my postpartum shedding. This is my lock over my bald spot. So this is the side that's affected. This side didn't really have the same experience as far as postpartum shedding goes. But you can definitely see where it did. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you've watched this video this far, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. And if you're a part of my journey, thank you so much. If you're not, then definitely stick around with me because like I said, there is definitely more to come. And as I mentioned, be on the lookout for my 2-year visual loc journey video that is going to go up soon, pictures and videos included, just to show you how my hair has progressed from August 2022 to August of 2023. But either way, again, thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. Bye!